living on the farm. Um, my grandfather had a tricycle with a basket on the back, and I would ride in the basket down the lane, our driveway, which was like a quarter of a mile, to get the mail and back. So I'd sit in the basket while he rode the tricycle down the lane and back. Um, I'd help with chores. We'd feed the cows, the pigs, and, tend to the garden. And I climbed the trees. I loved it. It was so amazing as a little kid. Never had shoes on. I was always running around in the dirt. I'd walk across the rocks. Didn't fit, didn't hurt. My feet were accustomed to just running around, popping a squat. Like nothing. I was like a little farm girl, just doing all kinds of stuff. Um, Delivering animals, birthing animals, and we collected, food from the animals, milking and eggs and chickens. Uh, my whole channel has trigger warnings, just so y'all know. But my grandmother would take a chicken and swing it around or step on it and twist it. It'd run around a little bit, and then we'd take it inside. We would take it, pluck its feathers, take it inside, and she'd fix it up, and we'd have supper. And it was wild. It was great. It's amazing. I remember one of my biggest fears. I'm terrified of snakes. And we were picking green beans, and I was probably 3 or 4, and I reached down and grabbed a green bean and a garter snake, catch it onto my finger, and I was shaking and it wouldn't come off, and I was screaming and screaming. That little damn snake was just a biting me. And I've had nightmares ever since that little snake. That snakes is coming through the vents in our house, or I'm terrified of snakes still, even little garter snakes. In the house we have now, we have a beautiful backyard, but we have garter snakes, and they're everywhere. Because there's a creek that runs like another street over, and so I've been disabled since we've moved in. We've been here, I think, 7 or 8 years. And the first time I went out there, I was out there in slides, and 2 snakes passed me, and I was saying, never seen me run that fast. Which I wasn't running because I can't, but oh my god, I was so ugh. I know they can't hurt me, and I don't want to kill them or anything, but and then my oldest daughter. So I gotta give these people names so y'all know. So let's say we're gonna call her Danwa. I'm gonna call her partner Carlos. Okay, so Danwa and Carlos were over here, and he's not afraid of snakes. So we're moving the pool around in the tarp for the pool, and found a good size garter snake, probably bigger than my thumb, and probably, I don't know, 18 inches maybe. It wasn't huge, but it's bigger than I like. And the neighbors, I wish they'd come down here by me. I was like, oh my goodness, well, you take it. You're welcome to have it. So Carlos out here, he gets a snake, and she takes it down there in a bucket to her house. You can have them. Come collect them all. A dog that I went and got, Lola, I'm a little girl. We traveled. I found her on the internet. She's a beautiful dog. Such a good dog. She was a small girl when I got her. And this was before I got sick. And because I think I mentioned before I had an older dog. And I was worried about him, passing. And I wanted him to help me train a new dog. And oh, she is the best dog ever. But she got way too big for me. I thought she was going to be little, but she didn't. She kept growing and growing. And Carlos fell in love with her, said she reminded him of his childhood dog. And so I, she was so good. She used to go out there. She was getting rid of them snakes from me. But I'm like, I didn't teach her that. She just did it, but I didn't mind it. I'll tell you that much. But this girl, let me tell you, she scared the crap out of me because she would get in the pool by herself. She loved going swimming. She'd get in that pool by herself, climb in there, go swimming and get out. But one day, the neighbor called me and they were like, she's in the pool. And I'm like, oh my God. So I go out there, I'm like, get out this pool. What are you doing? So I took the ladder out of the pool so she wouldn't get in. Well, next thing I know, she's in the pool again. So I go out there. She couldn't get it. She couldn't get back out. I don't know how she got in, but she couldn't get back out. So I just left the ladder, and I was like, well, at least this way, if she goes in, she'll get back out. She wanted to go swimming all the time. So I just let her, at least but she would have drowned had my neighbor not called. I said, oh my goodness, why is she out there getting in and out of the pool by herself? But she loved it. But now Dan, Ron, Carlos have her, and they absolutely love her. She is the bestest girl. She really is. I just miss her. But I get to see her sometimes. And she's she's just such a good girl. We go on car rides all the time. And this back when I was doing a whole lot better. But she went everywhere with me. Like I trained her like an assist dog. But unfortunately, after they got her, it wasn't too long after that, she developed a seizure disorder and has to be on a bunch of medications, and the medication made her gain a lot of weight, and she just wasn't doing good. And I felt so horribly guilty that I put this financial burden and this burden on them, because she was a healthy dog when I had her. And then they got her, and then all this stuff developed, and I just felt so terrible. But they love her to death, and thank goodness that they have the financial means to be able to take care of her, because I wouldn't have been able to at that time. Me struggling with my health issues and stuff. But oh my God, I just love that girl. And they send me pictures and, hey Granny, hey, how you doing? When I go over there, she's absolutely still loves me. She remembers me and cuddles. And I go over there and sit there and recliner, and she's big now. She's probably over 100 pounds. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but she climbs up in that recliner with me, just lays there with me. And I need to do that more often. I need to go see her because I do miss her. And but she has not had seizures in a couple months now, so that's very exciting. And they figured out her regimen, and hopefully she's not gonna have to have those, because I was so worried about her. But I'm so happy for them. And they have another dog, and Ziggy, he is Muffin's brother. My puppy Muffin is her litter mate, her brother. But they don't look anything like these guys. So Lola is they did a DNA test on her because we didn't know we thought she was some kind of doodle, but she's not. Like I said, I rescued her, and she's like a German Shepherd, Border Collie, kind of mixed, and then some other random stuff. And then Ziggy and Muffin are, their mother was a Shih Tzu Beagle mix, and their dad was a registered toy poodle. Say, oops. I think all the way around those were oops. But they are just sweet little dogs. They really are good dogs. So I said, my Muffin, she's just a sweetheart, and I've got, I put a lot of effort in training her like I did with Lola. But Muffin's not as socialized as Lola is. And Lola's recall is absolutely amazing. Muffin does not trust me like Lola does. Even still, Lola is very trusting. Her recall is on point, and she trusts you amazingly. But I also think too, because of her seizures, she has issues seeing and stuff like that, and so she has to rely on humans to keep her safe. So anyway, but I don't know how I got on that tangent, but let's talk about on the farm. But I never really was a dog person growing up, because my mom would give me animals and then get rid of them. So I never could get attached. Well, I would get attached to them, and as soon as I get attached to them, she'd get rid of them. And so that would break my heart. And that kind of happened with my kids too, because I don't know, our animals didn't hang around very long, or something would happen, and I don't know, I feel guilty about that now thinking about it. We did have, I think I mentioned my other dog, my 16-year-old Buford. He was I believe a Shih Tzu Poodle mix that we rescued. Well, I rescued him one morning after work. I saw him in the newspaper, and I was like, I need him. He was so cute, and I went and got him, and this underbite that was all crooked, and oh, he was so cute to me. It was, and I went and got him, went and rescued him, and yeah, he was a good boy. He was such a good dog. His recall was on point. He listened. He followed me everywhere. He was a little clingy, and he had some anxiety issues and some stuff. But all in all, he was a really good dog. He didn't tear up stuff. He didn't, like some dogs, especially being rescues. And yeah, that was my baby. And we've had tons of cats. We've had all kinds of animals. My kids have had all kinds. We've had rats. We've had reptiles. Princess P had all kinds of stuff. We'll do another video about the animals that she's got. But we've always taken in rescues and sick animals and stuff like that to try and help them out, because we have big hearts and we can't help it. But I love those. I love our dogs, and I miss her. She was just too big I couldn't handle her. I was worried that because I was getting worse, I was worried that I couldn't walk her. I was worried that I couldn't take care of her. And because Carlos was he was in love. He loved her, and he still does. They're bonded, and that's amazing, and I'm glad for that, because they are good friends. That's her dad, and I'm glad about that. So it worked out, but like I said, I still feel guilty, because none of us knew that would happen, but still, it was and is, I guess, a hardship, but they were able. So I don't know. I still felt guilty, but I'm glad it was them, because had it been anybody else, she probably would have had been, put down, and I wouldn't have wanted that for her, because she's such a good girl. She's such a sweetheart. But anyway, here's me just blabbering on about random stuff, but all right.